My name is Jacob Schomer. I currently live at the Adonai House in Tampa, Florida. Well, I had kind of got wind that my family had planned somewhat of an intervention for me. And of course, once I found out, I put the kibosh on that. And I had gone on about a 5-day drinking binge. Spent a good 3-4 days just sick as could be. And my mom said, "Hey, let's go down to your cousin's house. We'll talk about something." And at first, of course, I said every excuse I could think of, but then I realized I didn't want to live like that anymore, sick as could be. So I decided to go down there, and it was actually Easter night, 8 o'clock at night, and it was an hour drive. So it gave me enough time to just say, all right, this is it. And we went down there and talked to my cousin Paulie, and he just told me what the Adonai House was and the type of situation it was. And it sounded like a good idea for me where I was at the time. Just pretty much senior year of high school, and after that it was more or less we would go out and have fun, and that would intensify the fun. And then it became we wouldn't go out without doing those things. And then I slowly hit a point where I used it to deal with whatever depression I had. I never knew why I was depressed, but I just didn't feel right. I had no urge to go do anything that I used to love to do. So what I became to love to do was drinking. I was a functioning drunk, I guess you would say it. I found ways to be not sober and still do my daily life. But my life was being not sober. I've tried many times on my own. The first time where it actually became something that needed to be done, I was living with my best friend, and I was still drinking morning till night, always. And that was my best friend. We did everything together. And he actually committed suicide in the house that we were living in. So of course, there was family around and friends of both families, and they saw how much I drank, and the alcohol had gotten taken away from me a few days before the funeral. And then when I actually went to the funeral, I was going through withdrawal so bad, I actually had a seizure at the funeral. And I woke up in the ER, and I was just devastated how I could cause something that was terrible even to be more terrible. And so needless to say, I stayed sober for a good 2 months after that. Still dealing with all the depression and sadness of what had gone by, but I hit a point where I was like, I've gone this far, I can have one drink, and I drink one night, and that turned into 2, and that snowballs, and then you're drinking every day again. I've tried to quit on my own, and it was until this last attempt that I realized I couldn't do it on my own. I didn't even know why I drank anymore, and I realized that I couldn't do it on my own. I've been here 2 months, and I'd say one of the cooler things I've learned is that there are other people out there like me. I thought I was in my own shell. I would look at the other people in the world and go, how come they can do it and I can't go 10 minutes without a drink? As well as through Christ I can do anything, and that has been my backbone of strength that I keep. If I do have a thought of drinking again, I go back to that and I work through it, and it's okay in the end. I've also learned that talking to others that have the same type of problem is huge, at least for me. Because talking to someone that doesn't have it, it's a totally different conversation. They all just say, just stop, and I have no idea why I can't. So it's not only am I in a house with other guys that are going through the same thing, it's a voluntary type situation. These guys want to get sober. We want to live life. We want to figure all this stuff out so we can move on from it and be better people than we were when we were at our deepest, darkest spots in our addictions. I hope they'll let me stay as long as it takes, because I don't have any set plan on that. I've been learning to deal with day by day, moment by moment. So I don't have a set date to leave, but I feel like I'll know when I've learned the tools that I need to move on from here. As far as future goes, like I said, day by day, I have no immediate plans. That was one of the biggest things about this place, is that there wasn't you start this day and you leave this day. Because if this would have been a typical 30-day program, I would have came in here with a completely different mindset. I would have been ready to hit that 30-day mark and go back to the life that I was doing before. So this has given me the opportunity to work through it without the pressures of having to pass a test or graduate from some type of program. I'm taking it day by day and learning what I feel that I need to learn to be able to succeed in life without that other past issues be a part of it. It'd be tough to pick one. I would say opportunity would be the biggest word. As long as I do what is asked, I feel like I have the opportunity to not only beat the struggles I've had in the past, but I have the opportunity to succeed in my life and hopefully others as well in the future. Now I do. If you would have asked me that 9-10 months ago, I probably would have said yes, but wouldn't have believed it, really. I had only become a Christian or got to know Jesus about 8 or 10 months ago, and that was one thing I always struggled with. I thought in my mind, if he has a plan, then why'd this happen? And I just thought too much. I have a whole new outlook. When I go through something that's not that much fun, I kind of now have a different outlook that it's building me for something in the future. Just all these experiences that I'm going through now, I'm embracing them more than anything else, because I know whatever I do in the future and whatever his plan is for me, he's teaching me now for what I will need in the future. And that's had to be one of the most exciting feelings I've felt in the past 5 years, is knowing that all this stuff and junk that I've went through is for something that I will be able to give back, hopefully, and do to somebody else's lives what people are doing to my life right now. And Jesus is the one that I thank every day for it.